Going on?
What's going on, buddy? Dude, I think we're gonna have a good stream
We're
today.
gonna have a good stream. That's what's going on. Right
Everything's working real smoothly right now. It went up live. Listen, this is a miracle.
Actually, good call. Let me set the Instagram.
You getting it all set up now? Look at you go.
We're all good. We're all professional.
Hey, you know what? You know what else is a positive?
What else?
There's no echo.
That is a big positive. That's
a huge positive, bud. Oh my goodness. Well, listen,
we're starting off professional.
No, listen, and we got a good one today. Okay. Well, we got to get in some meat and potatoes first. Okay. We got to give everybody a build update, and we got to talk about the show. Okay. So, Kate, tell me a little bit about the sign this week. What'd you guys get done?
Man, we had to get her all pretty. So we took them back to the school. You know, shout out to the Mideast. Amazing. Let the kids work on it, and they painted the inside. It's all white. It's nice and shiny. Looks good.
Am I good to throw up what you call it? The pictures you sent me?
Just not the port one.
Okay, gotcha. Let me go. I didn't have that one yet. Bam.
Yeah, she's nice and shiny. Looks
and
good.
So the vocational school, so all the kids at the vocational school ended up painting this. Is that correct?
Masked it, sanded it, painted it.
It looks good, dude. It looks awesome. It looks really good. I'm fired up, man. So this week we're probably going to be able to get the bracings put in. And
we're going to try to get the ports put in and subs, hopefully. Wire ran subs, and
well, good deal.
We're going to get.
I'm not looking forward to crawling back there, but I'm willing to. There's a difference, right?
Yeah. Fitting back there's, that wasn't a part of the equation, but
dude, listen, I don't know if you're as pumped as I am. I mean, I know you're pumped, but I don't think you're ready for how extreme your build's going to be. Okay. I don't think you fathomed it yet.
When you go from 415s just on the standard box, and then you're now at extreme, it's a jump. It's scary.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Build update for me. I'm going to keep it under wraps until not this Friday, because we have a video coming out Friday, but next week, live stream, I'll really start teasing what we got going on with our build and everything else. I'm really trying to film this really cool video. I'm really pushing myself on this one. It's really out of my comfort zone, so I'm hoping that it's going to be good. So, so there's the build update, guys. Also, don't forget July 13th and 14th at Honda Hills. Is it Raceway? I think it's Honda Hills.
Yeah, I think it's
Honda Hills. Let's go.
Honda Hills.
At Honda Hills, we've got the Liberty Bay Showdown, Car, Truck, and Bike Show, 2-day event, Base Wars USAC, NADBL, and ASECO there. Again, it's demo friendly. Gates open at 8 a.m. Tickets are available at libertybayshop.com. Anything else I'm missing? I don't think I'm missing anything else.
I think you nailed it.
I think I nailed that, bud. All right, well, listen. Now the fun part, guys. We got some special guests today. Unfortunately, Andy was not able to make it. Actually, he commented up here. Hold on, let me throw it up here. He was under the weather, and I felt really bad for him. Sorry I'm missing the show. Next week for sure. Coil is clipped. Yeah, Coil is fried, bud. Coil is fried. But we'll get you back on, bud. Don't worry. But, guys, we have Jacob and Clipo here. Let's go ahead and bring them on in.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, guys?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. What are you guys getting into this week? Anything good?
No, well, we got a car show this weekend. If you're in the North Carolina area, it'll be Greenville, Pitt County Fairgrounds. The Turn Down for What show. You can find it on Facebook. They are calling for a chance of rain Saturday, but Slamology is known for rain, so come on out and enjoy yourself anyway. We're having
go ahead.
Definitely having a top 50 car show Sunday. We've got access to the building, so some of the show cars will be inside. But come on out there, have fun,
dude. Listen, a little rain never ever should deter anybody away. It actually can make a show even more fun because it's an experience.
Right. I mean, think about all the content you can get with all that water bouncing off the hoods
God.
The roofs. I mean, that's money. You can make money off of rain, literally.
you really could. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, listen. Seriously, thank you guys so much for coming on. I think it's going to be a great live stream. You guys were really requested. I had a lot of people messaging me, asking me to bring you guys on. So I was like, look, I got to send you a message and see if I can get you guys on. So here we go.
Appreciate it, man.
So I always ask everybody this question, kind of the standard opening question, and we'll start with Kyle. What got you started in audio? How did it all begin?
Man, to be very honest with you, some of the guys in car audio might know him as Mr. 6.5, Ronnie Smith. Yeah. So me and Ronnie Smith went to pretty much middle school and high school together. We always messed around in his father's garage. We did hydraulics. We did speakers. He used to have a S10 that had Memphis. Back then, Memphis was the thing to do. You were paying $1 per watt. So like 1,200 watt amplifier, $1,200. And when you were like high schooler, that's a lot of money. So we did side jobs and stuff like that to get car audio. And we've had other friends that were into car audio at that time. So that's more or less what I was feeding off of. And, when we all got a little older, I still enjoy not only the sound of music, but also the feeling. Stuff is also improved with technology and stuff like that, because back then you weren't doing 160s or sometimes not even 150s unless you had like a crap full of money or you were sponsored or something like that. So, but I would say Ronnie Smith is the one that actually sparked the interest with me, because he was always doing stuff in the garage and I enjoyed stuff like that. Later on in life, I went to a few car shows, and Team Nemesis, if anybody's familiar with those guys, they really helped jumpstart it again, getting it to heavy, like Jared Gibson, Michael Jenkins, Scott Bowman. Those are the heavy hitters to me, OG guys. I mean, if you said any of their builds, you're like, I've got to do this, and I don't care what it takes. So, and then about that time, that's when Sundown was growing, and they were trying to get their products out and stuff like that. So developed a relationship with Jacob Fuller and the team down there at Sundown. So, networking and knowing people and stuff like that's kind of what's helped me kind of grow into the car audio thing.
That's really cool, man. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Jacob, what about you?
So we more or less had a few people in my area, and they were loud back then. I was like, man, I really want something. So I took, and I remember, like, probably wasn't the smartest decision, but it's my graduation money. And I took out and I went and I got myself a Record Pilot T1 and a directed 1200 watt amp. And first system, I actually had my own car. And then I just fell in love with it. And then, people in my area were just like, well, I'm louder. And I'd be like, all right, fine. So I'd obviously try and up them. And that's why I think Steve Mead. And then obviously Mike Singer, good friend now. I started watching his videos, and he was pretty loud with that Eclipse that he had, which was crazy to me back then. And I always wanted an Eclipse. So I messaged him one day. It took me a while because I'm not a person that really reaches out to people. Mm-hmm. I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, hey, listen, I see your car. Like, I want something to do something like that. What do you think? And he was like, all right, we can come up with the figure and we can figure it out. I was like, can I help just do the whole entire build? I already know how to do some woodworking and stuff. I was like, can I just help out? And he's like, yeah, you can help me do the whole entire build. So, I want to say I was one of his first like prototype alternators. I probably wasn't his very, very first, but I was definitely within, the first couple of alternators he did when he actually owned a company that's called MAE, as Mobile Audio Electric. And so he had hit one of his prototype alternators on there. And then, the rest is kind of more or less history. I went from like 218s to 318s, and that car got pretty rowdy back then. I think Slamology 2010 was the big show I went to. I did a 57.1 sealed up on music back then. with 318s and 9,000 watts. So it was pretty loud. And then obviously I continued going on. I owned the Suburban, and I ended up with 1215s in that. So,
dude, you're saying 2010, right?
Yep, 2010.
Yeah, I don't want to show my age too much here, but I was a crisp 10 years old at the time.
I was 4.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yep, it was a long time ago.
I don't want to make you feel old or anything like that, but
oh, don't worry, we have Kyle right next to me. We're good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you guys started off there. You kind of got your foot in the door, got the bug. What was the biggest thing that changed for you guys in car audio? Like, what is one thing that you go, wow, this is completely different from back then?
I would just say more or less the build styles. I mean, I can't really say because I didn't really compete like heavy compete at all before when I started and now. But I'd say you see a lot of boxes and closures, 6th order, 4th order. You didn't see many 4th orders when I was into it. I would say around 96, 95, in that area. So yeah, sorry guys.
Sheesh. And I'm not even born yet. There it is.
Isn't that when Tupac died?
So, but yeah, just the overall style and everything. It's crazy because you go back 8 years, you wouldn't think the demo guys would be doing what Caden's got going on. I mean, we've got a build that was doing great. I mean, I got a demo of it in Slamology last year. I mean, it was phenomenal demo. And then next thing you know, he's going extreme. So it's just like that's more of a common thing that you see a lot of people that want to go to the next level like he's doing. So it's pretty cool to see. That is one thing I'll say it over and over again. I wish I never went extreme in Clipo, only being because I enjoy my seats. So, but
really interesting.
Oh man. Oh, you get it. both of y'all gonna get it soon. So.
Hey, yeah. I still have the Jeep though. It still got seats in it. I don't think I could. I don't think I could ruin that one yet.
I don't.
Right.
The thing that I've noticed, granted, I've only been in car audio since I was 16, so 2016. The biggest change that I've seen is the change from AGM to lithium. When I got started, everybody had 25 plus batteries in their vehicles. You couldn't hardly fit. And I think by having lithium come into the game, it's changed up the way people are doing their builds. They're allowing for more space because they take up less space. It is interesting. It really is.
It's also
that is crazy. I mean, just to think of, Excess Power had a big presence when I was just getting into Clipo. So Excess Power, their batteries weigh from 50 pounds and up per battery. Mm-hmm. And if you're running like 24 of them in the back, like Clipo had, that's a lot of weight, and then adding the speakers and then adding all the steel and stuff like that. So yeah, that's crazy. I got those limitless lithium no-lie batteries right now, and you can hold that sucker, in average size hand and be super, super duper light and not even have to worry about anything. So, and it's, the old, I guess you would say the old heads, when you're trying to explain lithium to them, they can't justify paying like $600, $800 for a battery that you can basically just toss around. So it's just kind of new,
It's a game changer though, man. Yeah. It really is. And especially with C-Max, I mean, it's just a cheap alternative for people to run. And Headway's another good one. People are able to get their hands on for a good cost. I had a buddy who's running Headway, stock alternator, been doing it for 2 years, had no issues. I mean, it's changing the game up completely. It's interesting. It makes me wonder where car audio is going to go in the next 10 to 15 years. Because I don't know. I mean, Sundown with the NSV6, I mean, that thing, everybody said Neo subwoofers can't demo. And that, the Sundown show, I was over there talking with Chris. He just got done demoing probably 30 plus minutes. He goes, dude, crawl back in there and touch the motor. He's all excited. And I go crawl back there, and it's like, there's no freaking heat here. It's cold. And so, I mean, here's a question. Do you think ferrite motors will become, I don't want to say obsolete, in the future, but do you think that they'll just be kind of become an old technology?
I don't know. I mean, I personally am more of a ferrite guy. I don't know why. I like the ferrite versus over the Neo. But what do you think, Jacob?
I think that eventually the Neo or some other alternative is going to get to the point where it kind of makes sense for you to alleviate some of the weight. The NSV6, I think, is the biggest stride towards that still to this day. So, like when Kyle and I were trying to blow up a NSV5, we had a brand new one. We were, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but we like cut it up and then we decided to blow it. Anyways,
casually,
it was bright. It was really nice. Anyways, so when we did that, well, it was Kyle's idea, but when Kyle decided to do that, more or less, I was just like, man, like we could get this thing hot, like it could actually blow. Like the NSV6, we couldn't do it. Like we couldn't get it to heat up that much, which is crazy. I mean, I know that a lot of things were changing the cooling.
Sorry, I had to say hi to my daughter. She's in the other room watching, and I can hear from the other room. I have to say hey to my little girl.
That's awesome.
Hey, Sammy.
So, I mean, I feel like it's definitely going to eventually catch up. But, I mean, right now, they're just huge heat sinks, and they absorb all the power in the world. It seems like you can demo them all day long. Like, ZV7s are definitely going to be a pretty big stride to that. It's even more, obviously, heat sink, but I feel like eventually the Neos are going to end up catching up, or some other technology is going to be where we don't have to put 80, 90 pound woofers into your build to be sustainable for a long period of time.
So now talking about heavy subwoofers, the Inhuman subwoofer. Now, I got an eye roll over here. Listen.
Have you picked it up yet?
No. Okay, now listen. Yeah. Here's one of my dumb moments. How cool would it be in my head to put 14 of them in the Patriot? And as we sit there and we start talking, we go, gosh, that would be an absolute pain to even work on.
Well, how are you going to lift it up above another woofer so that way you can take it out and recone it? Like, listen, the biggest thing is I can barely, like, I mean, I'm not strong by any means, but I can barely lift it up and to my hip or whatever. But then you still have to maneuver it through an enclosure. Like, I had trouble enough helping Kyle do the ZV6s. Like, nah.
Well, listen, as this live stream continues, you'll begin to learn that I like to have a good time. I like to just live in the moment. And when I realize that the moment's really going to suck, I just embrace it and we just go with it.
Yeah, definitely will not enjoy anything about mounting those.
Now you got to remember too is it mounts upwards, so you got to bench press it to even get it in the hole of the Patriot.
Yeah,
oh, dude, it's gonna suck. Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if y'all know, but on the back side of that motor, on the back plate, there's actually threaded holes for you to put braces into. So
I did see that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool,
dude.
There you go.
So my question to you guys is, what kind of rated power is that thing really going to take? Is it going to take 7-8K all day long, or is it going to be more? I mean, it's such a big freaking woofer. It's kind of uncomprehendable.
I believe Fuller said something about 8K.
That's insane, dude.
You can literally take and put your whole entire, like, my forum's like pretty average. It's not Kyle, but it's average. Anyways, and you can get it like all the way around like your elbow joint all day. And that's just the inside, It's I believe it's a 6-inch coil, isn't it not, Kyle?
Yep.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing we've got an 8K per sub in ech build right now. Sounds like we're ready to party, okay, bud?
Your suspension would be crying.
Yeah. It'll be solid suspension.
It's character. It's character.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're going to bring it to Slamology so everybody can, do the lift on it and stuff like that, because it's a picture on the internet, but in real life, it's legit, like something that you would be like, I'm a second guess this. I don't think I want to lift these up and put them in the build.
Especially with the 32s.
The 32s are so there's like the 18 you can lift, it's fine. But like as soon as you get to the 32, it's just you barely rock it. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
Now, when you get into those bigger baskets, most subwoofers I go, I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, it looks big, but the basket's just so big, it makes the motor look small. On the 32, it still looks freaking huge. Like it's like, oh, that's the real deal.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
You can only mount an 18-inch on it. That's the smallest one you can mount on that motor. It's just because the bolt pattern, everything else would run right into the gap.
I would hate to ship it out. That's my next problem.
Pallet only.
That would suck. I know with like the Resilient Sounds Team Series, when people order that, it's all pallet based and stuff. But it's just crazy to even think about only sending subwoofers on a pallet. Like that's the only way you get this thing. Just one of them. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be fun to ship. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, right now they got a bunch of like ZV6s at Sundown, and like, I can't imagine stacking those above your head. Like if you had to like make a pallet, condense 2 pallets into one, I couldn't imagine it. Because I mean, me and Kyle did, I think it was like 32 or something like that ZV6s within like a day or day and a half, and
shoo,
man, oh yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
So Kyle, you work at Sundown, correct?
I work in Sundown's warehouse. Yes.
Okay, so you get to see. I mean, dude, you get to see things that all of us audio get.
So I've got pictures on my phone that I can't post.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
So those, some of you guys might have seen the golden ZV7s. I've had those on my phone for about a month or so. I just
now that's just dirty, man. You can't do that to us.
It sucks, man. It sucks, but it's like one of those little things that's pretty cool to have, but you just can't tell nobody about. I mean, I could tell Jacob about it because it's just one of those things. But
you can tell Jacob.
Yeah, I can tell Jacob. Jacob.
But also I go in there too. So I mean, I saw him in Dave's room, but
he's a good sidekick.
Yes.
So the pictures that you post on your page make me laugh. It's just like, that's such an unreal thing for most people to see. I think you posted like, Kate, maybe you can pull it up for us. It's on his page.
I got it.
I think you had 2, I think they were compact Neos, and you were like, they walked into the wrong neighborhood or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was so funny. I was like, nobody else gets to see that, like, ever, and get to make that caption.
You're right. And the crazy thing is you get used to seeing it all day long. So you kind of have to step out and say, that'd be some good advertising for someone, but you see it every single day. And it's like, sometimes you have to step out of that moment and be like, hey, let's post a picture of this, because me walking by a pallet of NSV6s is just your everyday thing. But if I share it, everybody's like, holy shit,
Look at all that woofer.
Right, exactly.
It's like that one.
I would be one of them.
Came in that one woofer that came in. I think it was like, what was it? Like newspapers that was in there. Like it was an XV318.
Right.
When I was working there, and you literally just saw it, and it was just a huge box, and it literally was just newspapers. That's what they packaged the whole entire woofer with.
Yeah.
Like, what were you thinking? But it's also like, you don't think about it. You take a picture of it, and you're like, yeah, it's some good advertisement. It's something that
Yeah.
Most people would laugh about.
Sorry to Blake. That was Nick Garcia. Make sure you check out the TDH shows at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. But always
March
a great
23rd.
show. March 23rd. Turn down for what? The TDH show. It's in Virginia still.
Yep,
right?
Dominion Raceway.
Nice,
yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on my calendar. Yeah, counting down the days, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. I'm getting nervous.
It'll be fun.
Jiminy Christmas. It'll be a miracle if everything goes good. Like, I feel like we are like one major setback away, and then it's just going to like derail the whole operation. It's going to suck. Mr. Woods in here said, hey, still on for Saturday with rain in the forecast, Kyle.
Absolutely, man. Bring an umbrella, bring a towel, and bring your camera.
It's game on.
I mean, we've got several people still traveling. Get on down here. It's going to rain. If it's going to rain, just come on, have fun, meet, network with people. Everybody's going to be in town. Go out to eat, socialize. That's what it's all about. Make memories. You can make memories in the sun and in the rain. So come on out. Sunday is supposed to be like 70. So, I mean, and you pay $30 for the entire weekend. So might as well get your $30 worth and come both days. Because, Sunday, if you just come for Sunday, you're still paying $30. So you might as well come Saturday and just get the, whole experience. So, but you guys definitely don't want to miss it if, you're second guessing on Saturday. But there'll be a lot of videos. We've got some of the guys with good YouTube channels that do a lot of videos. Kyle DeLong, I believe, he'll be out there. He did one of the actual viral videos of Clipo when my mother was in there, and them getting a demo and stuff like that. But still, come on out. Definitely still on. Nothing's gonna get canceled. We already paid for the venue, so that's the crappy thing about doing a show. I mean, Nick, he knows. I mean, heck, there was one time at TDH, it was raining its ass off, but they still had a ton of people there, and everybody was still having fun. So.
And I still want to talk about shows here after I say this. If you guys are watching this, make sure to hit that share button, share with all your friends, at least tag 2 people. We're going to get into some good conversations here in a minute, okay? And I think people need to hear this. So here's one thing I want to talk about. I had this conversation with Nick, and I enjoy having these conversations because, I mean, you guys know this. You guys get hit with a ton of Facebook comments from a ton of people that may not understand what it really takes to put on a show or to run any type of operation. Yeah, people have this mindset and they just run with it. One of those being shows. Shows should be free. You know, that's the one. Yeah, Jacob, you got it. You see what I'm throwing down here. If I had a comment for every time somebody said, "Oh man, your show's overpriced. Nobody's going to show up," blah 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 blah. My question to you is how do you guys navigate that, and do you even acknowledge it? I mean, that's the question.
So the very first Ruckus and Chill show wasn't called Ruckus and Chill. It was called Turn Down for What?
Okay.
Me and my good buddy Brandon Easton. We started it in good gracious, man. When was it? 2015, 14 or so. So I had a good idea. I said, well, let's just do a 2-day show in a parking lot in Spring Lake. Well, we had more than we could handle. We had the cops out there, and we were just letting them know we're doing it for a great cause. Long story short, we got kicked out of Spring Lake because of just too much going on in the parking lot. Because I'm just thinking maybe 40 cars, but I mean, there was a crap full. So, and that was a free show. You could just pull up and then do whatever you want. So when it comes to having to pay for a show, you have to pay like a venue. Like you're talking $6,000, $7,000 for the weekend, and hope it doesn't rain, and hope people come. And so that's the kind of fear that you have to do. So you have to promote it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why you have to pay for shows. And you can't plan a perfect day, but you can try to plan a good weekend. So that's.
So let me double check here. You're telling me that it's not free.
It's not free.
It's really hard to get through my mind here. I just wanted to make sure I said it one more time. Okay?
That's right. So you pay to get in, and then you can make all your cool social media videos, and then get paid back for what you already got in there. So
make all the big dollars on YouTube.
Invest a little bit just to get your money back.
So all right. So when you're running these shows, do you feel like you're running around with your head cut off, or do you seem to have enough people helping you and it makes it easy? I know from my experience, last year was, we really did really good last year. More people attend than we anticipated, which was awesome. And we had really awesome volunteer staff, so it made it really easy for us. But I'm running around back and forth. I'm trying to film, trying to give demos, and just make sure everything was flowing good. And dude, at the end of the day, I think I was ready to pass out on Caden. I was just like, oh, dude, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And it was only a single day show.
Hey, Jace, is your battery about to go dead?
Oh yeah.
It's a usual.
It's a usual thing. I got one on standby here. Watch this.
So just to comment on what he's saying, yes, we usually have a lot of people running around with their heads cut off, only being because I'm the type of person I feel as if I don't do it, is not done right. Jacob can understand managing a show of a certain size takes a lot of people, a lot of organization and stuff like that. Having a great team with certain people helping you, you just more or less have to have management is more or less what we're getting at. But management, putting on a show, getting people at the gates and stuff like that, trying to get a schedule is more or less the hardest part, because everybody's at a show. They want to have fun. So it's their weekend to show off what they've been trying to do, even though we're the ones putting on the show, if that makes sense. So,
You'll never know what happens at a show either, because you may have somebody selling dogs or something. You know.
Right.
Context.
Yeah.
We need context for that one.
So we were advised like some lady was selling dogs, and we're like,
dude, there's no way.
Show, swear to God. Yeah,
it was last year.
It was last year at Ruckus, and so
it was like, hey, you've got somebody down there selling dogs, and we're like, what in the world? So we were patrolling down there. I don't think we ever found out who it was, but it's just one of those things. It's like, Jesus.
But yeah, so like Larry actually knew the law apparently, and I don't. I'm from Michigan. Obviously, I've only been down here for a couple of years. So he went down there with me, and we kind of like told him like, hey, listen, like, just don't sell them here. We don't care. Just, I mean, you can stay, do whatever you gotta do, but like, just don't. It's just weird that those things will pop up, and then.
Yeah. Dude, I don't think that's a normal thing. Like, I gotta be honest. We got a Yorkie operation going on at the show. Get this shit shut down.
Because like we had to think about it. We're like, all right, well, you'd have to have like a breeder's license to do this, right? So I mean that
you guys really looked into this.
Well, yeah. So like Larry already knew it. I didn't. That's
okay.
But yeah, okay. So we went around and we we're kind of like just enforcing the rules that popped up here and there. We more or less we kind of need almost somebody to kind of navigate the little issues here and there. Like we had like a placement of like chalk, like where things are, and somebody thought that they were supposed to be somewhere else, and it wasn't a big thing. It was just more or less like I thought I had this amount of space, and I thought that I had this amount of space, and they thought that their paths were crossing, and they really weren't. They just didn't understand what we were trying to tell them. So it's just like little issues like that. It's nothing big. It's just there's always something that's going to happen. And then also something else people don't realize with shows is like, you know, some people charge for like cleanups. Some people charge like for security. Some people charge, you know, for gates at the end of the day. Some people charge. I mean, there's several different fees you can get hit with. Electricity. If you want electricity on, you want electricity off. I mean,
porta potties. If you want porta potties, they're like $230 each. So,
oh boy, do I got porta potty stories for you? Good. Yeah, I know all about them. Oh yeah, yeah, I got stories for you on that one. I'll keep that one on the down low, but yeah, there's little things that you don't ever really anticipate. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of have to navigate it in the moment. It's different. You got to be able to think on your toes, for sure.
Please show up.
Oh yeah, Heather even said the EMT.
Oh, the EMT.
Yep.
That's okay. Let me ask you guys this. EMT is just making me think here. Okay, not to get off topic here. We've had some big builds. Everybody in this room. Okay, Caden's really going to be coming out swinging this year with a pretty big build. At what point do you make people sign waivers for health reasons? Seriously, Chris Lee is at that point. I mean, I'm at the point where if I'm Chris, I'm thinking, man, it might be time to start having people sign papers.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but it's more or less they
know what they're getting into.
You don't sign waivers when you go to a county fair and get on their janky rides that are held together that they take down every weekend. So I mean, you know what I mean?
That's actually a really good point. That's a good point. I never looked at it that way.
I've had a door come up when I was what's called the zipper up north. I don't know what it's called around here, but I remember I was on the zipper and the door popped open and I almost slung right out and I was like, all right, well,
all righty then.
It's kind of I mean, technically the liability would fall on whoever owns the property. Technically, you would think, because you can't be liable. You're only renting the place from them. That's still their source. Now, I mean, I'm sure you can get into more in depth into it, but
the one that made me the most nervous, and I love the guy. Do you guys know who Daryl Nova is?
Yeah, sure do.
Dude, I love Daryl. Okay, he got in the Patriot at Slamology. I gave him the beans, right? Like, dude, he scared me. Like, he was like twitching in there and stuff. Like, he was not enjoying it at all, and I was like, goodness, I was like, I really didn't mean to hurt you that bad, bud. Can you pull that video up for us? I think it's on.
I didn't find it last time. I tried.
Really?
Is it YouTube? Or is
I could have swore I posted it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Let
me look.
I'll try. Pull that up real quick. We have some people commenting. Shannon, what's going on? I think Facebook was a little late to pick this out. we got Chris here. Oh, we got Cameron here too. Has anyone been hurt in a demo? That's a good point.
That is a good question.
I was trying to think. I remember Alex Hepe, his airbag deployed with Galen in at one time too, but I don't think anyone was ever hurt. I don't think anyone's really been hurt. I mean, my fingers have been slammed inside of a door accidentally, like when the door was flapping before. That hurt, but I mean, besides that, I don't think nothing crazy.
I mean,
when Carson's saying that it hurts.
Well, Clipo busting a windshield and stuff back in the day, still playing it. We just put glasses on and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, just put your glasses on, kid. It'll be all right.
Yeah, some goggles.
Little glass in the foot won't hurt you. Builds character. Oh my goodness. Well, Chris Lee's in the comments. He said EXO had a good demo for me as well. We'll have to pull that one up 2K if you can't find mine.
I can't find yours. Oh god,
man,
you're giving me some task.
Oh, listen, these aren't hard ones. These are easy ones. Hold on, I'll pull it up. While you're getting that one pulled up, I'll try to look for mine.
Oh my.
Oh, there was another one. Shoot. I think Russian Wind was beating the crap out of people 2 or 3 years ago when it was a Slamology. I don't think it hurt anybody, but I remember people crawling out of there because he was shutting the door on people.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them. It was like I didn't tap. It was like a partial tap.
Yes, you did.
It was a partial tap. It was like
tapped.
My hand was here. Like I started to, and then Jamie Lewis tapped out in front of me. So really, Jamie tapped out. I didn't.
A lot of it has to do with like when you breathe inside of his vehicle. Like I've only gotten to it once. I don't like that kind of stuff anyway. That's just not my bag of tea. But I sat in it. I think it was like 2021. I think me and Kyle went. Anyways, I sat in it and like it was just like I literally just exhaled and he hit me with it, and I was like, God dang it! Like you don't have the air, and it feels weird. I don't know.
I'm supposed to find EXO, right? Because if it's EXO, I found it.
Dude, don't stand too close to Chris Lee's open door at 20 hertz. It'll slap you in the nuts. Hey, that needs to be on a t-shirt right there. Don't stand too close.
I found EXO getting a demo of Chris's.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You got the volume turned down?
I only get copyrighted from the what's it one?
Oh, this is before he had the center brace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, poor EXO. Oh my goodness, Bruce is good people, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love him to death. Oh my goodness. Jeremy said WTF is a bag of tea. I don't know what that means. I'm lost. You lost me. I gotta go read the comments here. I'm starting to get behind here. Paul, what's going on? Mike, what's up? Let's see here. I saw Chris had a comment about something with his door shut.
Real quick, I want to do a real quick plug for Decal Daddies. So if you guys need stickers, banners, or anything like that, just check us out on the web.
I got it.
Cade, pull it up, bud.
It's already up.
Damn, there we go.
I was already on it.
There we go. So if you go on decaldaddies.com, that's with a Y. You can use your coupon code Liberty Base Shop, all one word, all caps, and get 10% off your order. That's going to be run until Monday, unless we have some other talks with Jace to see if he wants to do some promotions with us. But right now, you can go on there, upload your image, and you definitely upload a quality image, and we can print it for you. Turnaround time is usually 2 to 5 days. You'll get your product. So Decal Daddies, we do a lot of commercial printing for a lot of your, we do McMahon, we do Brand X, we've done, you name it, we've probably done their decals, Sundown Audio, Crossfire. We do a lot of stuff with a lot of big companies. So no order too big. We can handle every single thing. Now we've got some of these cool decals on the website. All our decals are laminated, so you can stick them on your vehicle, UV protected, scratch resistant, quality decals, water resistant. You won't have any fading or anything like that. We take care of our customers. Just check it out, Decal Daddies. Use the coupon code Liberty Base Shop, all capital letters, and you'll get 10% off your entire order. So
that's awesome, man. I see Mike Young in here. He's saying he needs a team sundown for his back window.
Gotcha.
That big old one.
Yeah. Mike's a great guy. He's supported us before we even started it. So huge shout out to Mike.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. What made you guys start that up? What was the inspiration behind that?
Go ahead, Jacob.
So, I mean, Kyle and I have actually both been in artwork and stuff like that forever. Yep. I owned my own first vinyl machine back in 2013 or 2010, something like that. Anyways, so I started doing it back then. Kyle already had his machine, and we both kind of more or less just feed off of each other. We both have really good artistic talents, and if there's something that he can't do, then I can do it, and if I can't do it, then he can do it, and we kind of just feed off of each other. And I don't know, it works out great, and we like doing it. We like doing definitely catering to the audio community because it's obviously where we both started. So just something that we just wanted to do, and that's just kind of how it worked.
That's really cool. I love that you guys started that, and I love the logo too. It's awesome. I think it's fun. Now, who made the logo?
Oh, we did.
Okay, that's really cool. So you guys have some really good talents there in the art department. I think I know who I'm going to go to when I need some more artwork done.
We got you.
I think I know.
We got some banners. We do a lot of stuff. A lot of good artwork that we can actually provide people. We usually don't do a lot of printing for some companies. We only do their artwork for them. So they don't need our printing stuff because the stuff they need is super, super big, but they get us to do their artwork for them. So we provide that service also. So.
Well, and I actually, again, being a quote unquote influencer here, always trying to contact people. Like when I originally started the website looking for web development stuff, I ended up scratching everybody that I was working with and did it on my own because when I was explaining to them a car audio website, this is what I do, nobody could relate to it. And then when I would talk to other graphic design people, what I'm doing, again, they couldn't relate to me. So guys, if you guys can get a hold of them, they're going to have the vision that you have. They know what you're doing every single day. They see what you're doing.
Right.
It's going to be a lot easier to work with you guys. That's awesome.
We also give people a rendering before we actually so you have to pay for the artwork up front just because we've had too many people that have just more or less had they've ordered something through us and they wanted it. We started doing it and then they ended up just not paying. So we used to
spend all that time invested.
So there's hundreds of hours that we've lost doing that. So we more or less so we make them pay ahead of time, but we guarantee that it's going to be what you want. Or if you have another vision, then just tell us. Obviously, a SketchUp or something like that always helps us give a good starting place.
Right. Yeah, you draw it out on paper and then just say, look, this is what I need. That's how I am, I can tell somebody what I think, but it don't make any sense. I draw it out and then it's oh, there it is. Bam, it's on paper now.
It's going to sound really weird. I'm a horrible drawer, but I can do it on an actual program way better. I don't know.
That is funny, actually. Here's my worst dealing with a company for artwork and stuff like that. So when I first started building libertybasedshop.com, which don't get me wrong, libertybasedshop.com, the way it sits now is by no means professional. Okay. I built it. Okay. And JSFNL verification on the bottom of it. I am prideful of it. I did spend a lot of time on it, but originally I was going to have somebody professional do it. And so I was talking with these guys and they're like, hey, what are you thinking? I was like, let me just draw it out. I drew every single page, all the products on it. This is what I want it to look like.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. They sent me a bill. I paid up for it, whatever. They said they give me a product. They send me this product and it's half done. It doesn't look anything like I want it to. All right, so I'll tell you guys that I don't care if anybody takes it, but one of the original thoughts I had was the header at the top of the website. I wanted it to be a double din head unit. That's kind of what I wanted it to look like. And subwoofers would have a subwoofer icon. You would click that, be a pull down, give you all your subwoofers. I thought that'd be really sick. Okay. I wish I could have a picture of it. I could probably dig it up, but dude, it looked like the biggest pile of crap I've ever seen. And I'm so I was all right, well, obviously this is the first time you're sending me this stuff. How many more revisions do we have? And they're oh, this is your only revision. If you want more revisions, you're going to have to pay more. I thought, oh, well, no, we didn't agree to that. And now, granted, there was some company from probably Indonesia or something
Right.
like that. You know, I
Right.
probably didn't speak any English. So I just said, you know what? I'm cutting my losses. I'm done. I'll figure this crap out myself. So,
Right.
dude, it was so bad though. Oh.
Websites are not the fun thing in the world. I mean, to be honest with you, like just even critiquing little things takes a long amount of time. Like even like watermarking things and stuff like that just takes forever.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Even like things that even take a lot longer is the trademark process. Like my logo and stuff like that. I mean, I think I started that process in 21, tail end of 2020, and I didn't hear anything back from it until the end of last year. I mean, it was a whole year. It was crazy to me. Like you can have a rebuttal process. I mean, I don't know. Some things just take a lot of time, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It
Been through it
sucks.
all.
See here, I'm trying to catch up on comments. Tony, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Man, we got a lot of people that are interested in getting some banners made and stuff like that. That's awesome.
You know where to go. You know where to go. We've already 10% off too. I mean, there's no point not to order right now. No point not to order.
You can literally go up there and push the upload image and upload it. And that's all you got to do. I mean, now if you have something that you want put together, of course we can do that for you, but it's going to be a little fee for us taking the time to put your artwork together. But once we do it, you actually have a vector of your logo that you can have personally to do other things with later in the future. Right. But that's the cool thing. We try to make it a little bit easier on you. So when you go on decaldaddies.com, you can just upload your own stuff. So
that's the other thing too, is like when people don't realize like artwork's being done, if you have an actual vector file, you can take that to anybody and you don't have to pay an artwork fee anymore. Like if you want shirts done, artwork fee. If you want to get, something else done, people are going to charge you an artwork fee, whether they have to resize it, even if they have to scale it up just a little bit, people charge you for that. Like this is literally should be able just to give you whatever you need for everyone else. So like shirts, hats, whatever you want to do for the most part.
So Mike Young commented, when is the next GOT 160s USB coming out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said so. Hopefully soon. I really want to get going on it. I have Volume 4 almost completely done. It's just some days I work a lot, some days I don't work at all, and it's been kind of rough. We've been trying to get a few other things done. Me and Kyle are trying to get a few things done. He's been helping me fix up a few things at my house too. So yeah, that's our little bit of extra free time.
From decals to drywall, we got you.
Yeah. All right, so now here's a question for you. What got you into rebasing music?
So Singer actually. We're sitting there and Singer slowed down a song. I was like, dude, that sounds really cool. I was like, I wonder if I could play around with it. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing back then. And then I remember I watched a video of somebody's on Audacity one time, and I was like, I mean, I knew how to slow down a song with Audacity, but I didn't know how to rebase it or make it better. And I was just sitting there and I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's just try it out. So I started playing around with it. And then I figured out how to make my own waves. Whether it was right or not back then, it obviously highly debatable, but no one else was really doing it on Audacity very much besides, I guess, Chris Coffey. But me and him didn't really talk much back then, which is Decaf. For all those that don't know. And so I started off back then, and then I just started making a few things here and there, and I started making it better and better. And my goal was to do quality over quantity. I don't care if I have a million songs out. I want them to be quality-wise, crisp, clean, and that's what my goal was. And then I started just doing that, and then it kind of blew up, to be honest with you. I mean, there's several songs. I mean, Galen had a song of mine. It was Carousel, and had like, I don't know, 2 million views or something like that. But like, I don't care about the money. Wasn't the issue. Everything that I made through GOT 160s, I gave back. I remember one year I gave back like $6,000 worth of stuff just as audio shows. I didn't want the money. It wasn't about the money. It's me just doing it and helping the community.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yep.
Dude, that's so cool. I remember the Carousel one when I was like 16. Like, there's some moments like that. I some key things I remember. So like when I first got into audio, it really started. I found Jonathan on YouTube. I saw what's his build name? Yeah, that. I saw that, and that got me hooked, and then it led me down the rabbit hole. Carousel GOT 160s is one of those that I remember as well. So that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, so like after I got into it, there's a few group of just it was kind of more or less like me, Decaf, and Blaine, which was DJ Slow and Throw. We started talking a little bit, just trying to make ourselves better because I feel like we all had the same kind of common ground, and we kind of try to make our music better. And then after that got done, I wanted to make mine to not sound like it's an actual like tone. I wanted to make it sound more fluid. I'm not good with like musical I don't know like a musical note if I were to hear one. I'm not very good at that stuff. Anyways, Maxwell, well, which is Maximum Bass Music, he more or less was just like, hey, listen, we just sat down, we talked about it. And he's like, I can help you out. He's like, what are you trying to use? I was like, well, I'm trying to use Fruity Loops. I just don't know how to make my own stuff. And he's like, well, let me just show you what I know. And then he showed me a ton of what he knew, and I learned most of my rebasing stuff through him. And so cool. That's how I made it even better and more fluid. And then I can make a song pretty quick. That's not the issue. It's just there's so much going on in my life right now, which I'll eventually get through all that. But I plan on making a bunch of more music here, hopefully pretty soon. But
I'm gonna need a USB.
I got you.
So now, how do you pick the songs? I can only imagine how many people send you a message. Do this one. Do this song. Can you please do this one?
I had a picture of it one time, and I opened up requests because, Guy 160s back then, was one of the only people that really did it, big. Obviously, Decaf was doing it, but Decaf had just retired, I think, at that moment, or he slowed down, and so it was more or less just me, and then Blaine was stopping doing it, so Blaine stopped, and this is kind of more or less before Maxwell kind of really took off, and so it was in that little moment. And I remember somebody had been just hey, just put up what about a request? What if you win a request or something like that? I was like, well, maybe I'll just put up a request just one time. so I did that, and I put up my email. And I remember getting my email, and I had 0 emails. I just set up the email, nothing crazy. And I remember checking it the next day, and it was 1,600 requests. And I'm like, all right, so well, if you didn't know, also the reason why I slowed down on rebasing stuff. Oh yeah, Shannon Boom. That's huge. No one remembers that either. 2017, I helped Excess Power and MechMan do their first show.
Anyways, that's cool as heck.
Yeah. So long story on that. They more or less hit me up, and they were just like, "Hey, help us promote the show." And that's kind of the Got 160 show was born then, or the Got 160's Excess Power and MechMan show was all done that year. Anyways, let me get back into the rebasing thing. So the rebasing thing, more or less, like I said, it kind of took off, and I got to the point where I was doing volume 2. I did volume 2, and I uploaded it from college because I just had finished it that night, and it was 4 a.m. I got done. I took 2 hours. I slept. I almost passed out on the way to college because I was so tired from doing music, and I remember uploading it at the college. Well, I did it in, OneDrive, and I remember it was up, and I remember when that happened, I had posted a link of it, and then it would tell you how many downloads it was. And I had uploaded it, and it looked like it was 7 minutes or 8 minutes, something like that. And there was over 6,000 or 7,000 downloads within that minute. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right at all. Well, then it flagged it and sent me a copyright thing immediately. So I'm like, all right, I guess I can take it down. So I took it down, and I was trying to find other ways to do it besides USBs, but it's really hard because it seems like a lot of places just take it down immediately. So, which honestly, if you think about that, how much 6,000 or 7,000 downloads within 7 minutes, that's mixtape worthy. That's you're talking about Gucci Mane has 80,000 downloads on datpiff.com, and and that's over a course of a week. You're talking about within a few hours or within a few minutes, which is crazy. And I re-uploaded it just to make sure it's the same thing. So I uploaded it on a different website, which is called Mega. And I did that, and they took it down right away too because it said that there's too many downloads. It stopped counting after 3,500, and then I was like, all right, well then both numbers can't really lie. I don't know if that was per download or if that was the whole entire thing. I couldn't tell you, but I know that was a huge. And then then you have people out there right now that just basically sell my music and other people's stuff for actual profit. And I try to give it all away. Like I said, at a show, I'll try and give away a couple subs or an amp or do something for people because I don't want the money. It's about me liking doing it. Yeah. And a lot of people took the fun out of it when they started doing that stuff.
That's a major problem right now. Actually, I know what you're talking about. It sucks. It sucks when somebody's. I mean, you're doing it for the right intentions, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people would do that. Your passion's there. And then somebody's going to come along and take your passion, what you've worked really hard for, and then monetize it because they're seeing dollar signs. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but if had it happen, it sucks. It's bullshit. It takes out the wind in your sail because I'm doing this because I like it, not because I'm here to make millions of dollars.
So like people don't understand how much time goes into a song either. So like I did a song for Moriss. Say Something was the name of the song back then. And I remember my computer froze like twice just because like I didn't have the greatest computer back then. And I didn't put money into my computer. I didn't like take any money from Got 160s. And I remember I did the song. And after the computer froze 2 different times and me saving it into various different parts, it took me 23 hours to do that song.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so like this isn't like I mean, my longest song other than that was like 8 hours. Most average songs now take me probably about, I don't know, let's say like an hour and a half to 3 hours. But I mean, think about that. I mean, Audacity wise, back then I was spending at least 6 hours on a song. That was normal. So like people don't understand like how much work actually goes in it, and they're like, you know, you could charge people like to do it, and some people are complaining about paying somebody, you know, $50 for a song. I'm like, I think I'm worth more than $10 an hour, but I mean, at the same point, I get it. It's a song.
Yeah. I see what they're saying. So now so you're saying the issue you had is you had so many people downloading the song at such a rapid amount of time, it was flagging them. Is that why you see people like Rusticles having their own app now?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, it would make sense.
So yeah, like I said, I mean, back then rebase music was like a really hot thing, and like apparently I was just a really hot artist back then. But I remember vividly, like I tried it. It wasn't just 2 sites. I tried several different sites, but I tried uploading it, and it constantly was getting taken down. All over the place. And then I actually got an actual music thing from either Sony or somebody else. I have to look it up, and I'd have to post it. But yeah, I got a music thing from them, and I was like, all right, cool. So I stopped doing music for a while just because of that.
Yeah, it kind of makes you nervous after that one.
Well, so I mean, it's 50. You have to like the copyright law is kind of weird on that. So like you have to modify it X amount. So I mean,
it's so stupid. It's like you post a video and you got a music. I mean, this is totally different. But if you post like a video of a demo and you got that song playing in the background, Facebook won't let you post it. They'll take it down. And it's like you're making anything off of it compared to what they're doing, and you're promoting their song or whatever. But I don't know.
Dude, I had it happen to me. I was we're doing it right now. I'm doing some marketing material for a company, and in the background they had music playing, and it was super faint. And I was working on it and put it on the back end of YouTube, unlisted. And so I got an email, like, I kid you not, like 5 minutes after I uploaded it, and it's in the background. I can't even hear what they're saying, but I can hear the melody. Oh, dude, they're copyrighting the shit out of me, saying, "No, can't do this. It's not going to work." And I'm like,
"Yeah, like really?" But you'll be scrolling through your feed, and you'll see a viral video that has it in the background.
Yes,
it makes no sense.
But it's like they make it like a sound. Like you're able to use the sound, but you're not able to use the song.
Well, here's the other thing. You guys remember making like TikToks and everything else? They all had it where you could tag the song. So you tag the song, so it's the real version, and you're thinking that they're getting profits off of it or whatever. Well, now, I mean, there's several artists or people that do like TikTok that have had thousands of videos taken down because their music was DMCA artist or whatever it is. Like, it's just dumb. I think the whole entire thing's stupid. Like, realistically, okay, I get it. No one's buying CDs anymore, but you still have Spotify and everyone else that's paying you big money to do it. So, like, what is a couple of extra pennies? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're already filthy rich. Like, not saying that that's a right way of thinking about it, but I'm just saying, like,
but it's a valid point, though. For me, at some point, there's got to be a line in the sand, right? Like for us, we play our demo vehicles, right? Well, the distortion coming off of I'm completely altering the song. If I use the Got 160's USB, plug that in. Okay, number one, that's already altered. Number one, it's not even the original version that I'm playing in my video. The second thing, I'm not posting the music isn't what the content is. The content is a reaction of the individual. So when the girl's sitting there and she's going crazy because her hair is 5 feet up in the air, that's my content. I'm sorry that's the 4 words of the song. are in the video. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
which is just stupid. But yeah, I mean, I actually have a guy that I knew back in high school, and he actually got in trouble for like burning DVDs. Mind you, he was doing it on a very large scale. But I mean, we're talking. He got caught. I think it was like 150 or 250 movies. Like, but he was giving them to a bunch of people. Don't get me wrong, but it is wrong. But like, I mean. Where do you draw the line to? I mean, I get it. I get, yeah, they're not making 20 or well, shoot, they're $30 a movie nowadays. But yeah, whatever.
Well, Andy said the pennies add up. Let me tell you. Well,
there you go.
I keep telling myself that with all my YouTube AdSense I get. Every penny adds up. It makes me feel better.
Man, talking about YouTube, I'm trying to get on that pay scale on where you get monetized, and I'm looking at you have to have 3,000 watch hours, and I'm over here looking at my 300. Like, come on. I know you got to post more, but it's just like, oh my goodness.
It took me years to get there, man. When I started in 2017, the original channel was, now don't judge me, okay, guys, but it was originally called Team Dynamic Duo. Okay, I had two. I know. It had two ZV5s. Yeah. It was perfect. Okay, and then I graduated, realized, okay, I got to rebrand. This ain't gonna work. Okay, and at that time, I think I only had maybe 20 subscribers at the time, and then I rebranded to Liberty Base after the Jeep Liberty, and I think I went a year. I got up to like 800 subscribers, and then I hit 900, maybe 21-ish, early 21. I can't remember all the timelines now, but I remember I hit 1,000 subscribers, and like I just like plateaued. Like I didn't grow very fast, and then I ended up getting some really good content going. The Patriot came into the picture. That really helped with content. And then it just really picked up, man. And it really wasn't that. You gotta have a few viral moments. And I think once you get more eyes on you and YouTube algorithm actually boost your content, then it's a game changer. Until YouTube actually gives you that opportunity, it's not going to happen.
All right. Well, let me throw this at you. When did YouTube become a thing? When did YouTube start?
When did YouTube start? Okay, this is going to sound funny, but my first memory of YouTube is when he's a little nerdy guy. Fred had the really high-pitched voice. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Dude, Caden, pull him up right now. Type in Fred. Oh my gosh. I think I was like 8 years old, okay?
So YouTube started in 2005.
Okay. Yep.
And that's when I started. And that's when I started my YouTube channel in 2005.
No way.
Yes, sir.
No way.
Yes, sir.
There's no way this is what you watched.
No, I'm not saying I watched this, Kate. No,
wait. Now we gotta watch the movie. Oh my god, what is this?
Dude, I just remember
this. You exposed yourself. It's done for.
I was 8 years old.
Oh my god.
I'll look it up on.
No. I got you.
God, what is this?
Fred goes swimming.
That's what I'm looking at.
Really big and really deep. I think I might drown. And also, I got a letter in the mail. It might be from my dad.
All right, there's no way this is what you
He could have been the Mr. Beast of that time.
Now, time out. How many views was this?
3 million subscribers, 79 million views.
See, I'm not the only
first video. What was the very first YouTube video? Write that or search that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But speaking of Mr. Beast, he actually lives in the Greenville area in Greenville, North Carolina. And so I've been trying to get him to come to shows, but you have to go through people just to talk to him. But
oh my goodness,
pretty cool if we can get him at one of the shows, just to get car audio in people's eyes, because that's all it takes.
Right.
It's the biggest thing. I've said it from day one, and I'll preach it to you guys here. And Kyle, you have a following. Your Facebook account, you're over 100,000 now, correct?
Yeah, but I don't understand that. 100% don't understand that, because
it's organic. It just naturally happens.
I don't get it, man. Because me and Jacob were neck to neck at like 25,000 followers, and then I don't know. I mean, kicker might have had a big influence on it. There's a lot of kicker guys in different countries and stuff like that, and they might have seen something and started following stuff like that. But ever since the wasted information bill, me more or less talking about it, I've seen a big influx of followers coming, not only on Facebook, through just YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. But yep.
Yeah. I want to keep a hold of that. Okay, I want to finish up on that conversation. But David put me at the zoo is the first.
Right now.
All right, pull it up. I gotta watch it on YouTube, April 23rd of 05 at 8:31 p.m.
What's up, David?
Okay,
David's always opening us. Yeah, let's see what this video is. I remember. There it is.
Is there any good qualities?
Probably not.
That was good quality back in 2000.
720 was huge back then.
Or 2005.
Cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long fronts.
And mind you, now this has 310 million views.
But you know what? He probably wasn't monetized because that probably wasn't even a thing.
Oh, I guarantee it wasn't. Well, back then you had to get what was it called? You had to be in like IGN had like a partnership program or something like that. Like you had to get in with those guys, and then they would distribute funds out to that group.
Wait a second.
That's funny.
Hold on.
So Kyle, I want to build off of this with you a little bit, okay? Because I had this conversation. Who do I have this conversation with now? Man. Anyways, when I got started in audio, a lot of people give Jonathan Price a lot of hate, okay? And I'm not going to get into all that because everybody's going to have their own opinions. I'm never going to be able to change anybody's opinion, all right? But when I got started in the car audio, he was an influencer, quote unquote influencer online.
Right.
Okay. When I saw his video, that led me to EXO. That led me to Steve Mead. Okay. That opened the doors for me. I think one of the biggest things for the audio community is to have quote unquote influencers, good influencers that are sharing positive information and really getting the message out to a younger audience. It's the only way this hobby is going to thrive.
Right.
And so with you having a following, well, yeah, it's not making any sense, right? I still think it's an amazing thing because you're reaching people that, dude, if I could go and read some of my YouTube comments, which I think that'd be funny. Let's do that right now.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy. For a 19-second video, he was doing 16 million views a second. If you broke it down from 310 million for a 19-second video.
Jiminy Christmas.
That is wild.
All right, so my YouTube comments.
Why is it just aired? No music. Distortion.
These kids are stupid. They're gonna go deaf. I mean, I've got this video's got like 30,000 comments, and that's like the number one comment. These kids are stupid.
Right.
That was that was 20 minutes ago. So
it's always for me when I'm just giving you guys a cool video of a subwoofer. Let's say like a whistling diesel car audio-esque where I'm destroying a subwoofer, cutting it open. Well, you could have sent that to me instead of destroying it. Stuff like that, but at the end of the day, what they don't know is that subwoofer needed a recone anyway. Right. So rather than just cutting it out, let's make a video of it. Let's have fun because the stuff that we see every day, some of the audio guys might not be able to ever get their hands on something like that, but to destroy it, to rebuild it would be just awesome video, in my opinion. But I get messages all the time. Can you send me free stuff? I'm like, just, we can't do that. It's just, it's hilarious.
Well, and the content needs to be engaging. It needs to be exciting. You know what I mean? Right. And now, granted, a lot of people have their dedicated audiences. A lot of people like to see the Amp Dyno videos, and I'm not knocking that content. That content's awesome. I watch it every day. I just feel like car audio needs to almost have that pivot a little bit where it's like the whistling diesel-esque type of videos or the Mr. Beast. It needs to captivate a new audience or our community is going to die. Or I don't say die. I don't think it would ever get bigger than what it is.
Right.
And it's a shame, when we make people, you have the same thing, especially when your build's out there and you're giving those demos. We have people that came to our local show that have never been in an audio build, and this is their first time seeing it. And and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane!" Like, no, give it a chance. Wait till you meet the community. It's a fun time. It's a roller coaster ride. You just got to experience it.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a trip. I mean, and every hobby you go to, a lot of people say, "Well, I'm done with car audio because of this and because of this." Is like, well, you're gonna find that same problem in another hobby. You just don't see it yet. Mm-hmm. So just try to make the best of it, make it fun. Like, I mean, there's always negatives to everything, but just make it the best you can for sure. I know Jacob has a lot to do with, I guess, rebasing music, and he gets a lot of feedback from people saying, talking crap about it, but he keeps doing it and everybody loves it. So there's more positives to it than negatives. But
yeah, there's a ton of negative though, unfortunately, but that's every hobby though. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter what you're doing.
No.
Can you imagine Whistle and Diesel's inbox? I mean, come on.
Oh, there's death threats.
There's death threats. The square body community is huge. The fact that he just destroyed that bed in the last video. Oh my god.
See, that's where we need to do an audio thing like that. But that's pretty cool.
And NSV6 on fire.
Yeah.
We need to do more collaboration videos. So the other community I really enjoy watching, it's interesting. I really like drag racing. That's like another hobby, passion when I was in high school and stuff. And so Street Outlaws, when they came up, they were a lot of guys that they were on like Pinks on TV. Like these guys had experience being on TV before, but they realized that they could go and do their own thing and get other quote unquote influencers involved. And now they've got a full blown network series that goes with their, their race. They have, what's it called? Something for like All American or something like that, wins it all kind of thing. And they've built a community around it, and that's helping the drag racing community thrive. Tracks are shutting down every year. Why? Because nobody's racing anymore.
Right.
These guys see that there's an opportunity to continue to grow the community, but it's on their own terms. I really like that. I'd love to get more audio influencers involved in content, and maybe even make it more vlogging related. Not like all of it, but just more personal, I guess. You know what I mean? Like these live streams, we get personal. We ask questions, we talk, we share a little bit of information. People can relate to that stuff. Now, I'm not saying we're influencers or anything like that, but it's just nice to be able to look to somebody that's doing cool things and go, I want to do that one day. Give somebody something to strive for.
Right.
Yeah. We got some people commenting here. Chris, teach and spread the word as much as you can. I always answer every single question I get asked in the demo line. I can build off of that one. Your guys' inboxes probably blow up every single day. Mine's like that. Honestly, I feel bad because I lose track of so many messages that I get. But dude, some people get pissed at me for that one. I don't know if you guys experienced that. Yeah. I feel bad about it because it's like I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It just when your phone goes off 100 million times, you want to silence notifications sometimes.
Well, I hate it since they have access to that little phone at the top of Messenger. They just call you. Why are you trying to FaceTime me right now? You know what I mean? I'm just like, just message me, or they'll send you the message. Hey, can I call you real quick? I'm like, can you just type it real quick? You know what
just type it for me. Yes.
Not being a dickhead, but just like, come on.
Oh, people get upset about that.
I'll answer your question, regardless, but just, make it simple.
Yep. And it might take me a little bit to get to it, but I will get to it.
Right.
Connie, what's going on? Thanks for joining. I love Connie. She's amazing.
Big shout out, Connie.
Connie's good people. Dan said the hobby is a lot bigger than what people think. I thought there were 4-walled vehicles in my town. Come to find out there's 10 times what I thought. Well, that's another thing too. Look at, I saw this post today. Okay. Scar Audio versus, again, the age old post, Scar versus Sundown. Okay. But the one thing that I saw that did shed some light onto me is how much money Scar Audio actually sells, like how much product they're selling.
Oh, now, bro.
How much advertising do they do?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, I've gotten 13 emails in the past 3 days. So that tells
they advertised on my Facebook Sundown post.
Yes.
So do I need to do that?
What?
No, actually, to be honest with you,
increase my ads.
Boost them. It works.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it helps when you have a family member that works for Google. I mean, that does help a lot. So,
well, I better start kissing my family's butt. I need to, guys, step it up a little bit, okay? Right. Come on, Fennels. We got to get. Well, where's Richie at? I don't know if we're related yet or not, but Richie's in the audio community. We'll get him involved. I don't know if you guys saw. Do you guys know Vibration Audio?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy's name is Richie Fennell, and funny backstory to this one. He popped up on my recommended feed during the time when his Facebook picture popped up. It was him doing a wheelie on a 400EX or a 450. I can't remember now. I had just bought my 400 like a week before that. So I'm like, who the H is Richie Fennell? He's got the same bike as me, the same last name. And then I go to his page and it's in the audio. I'm like, dude, this isn't adding up. Like, this is weird. But that's funny. So I think I saw a number. You might have a little better information on this one. Somebody said that they're doing like $100 million in sales or something like that. Yes, okay. So when you put that into perspective, how many subwoofers is that? If you just picked a basic,
hold on, let's go to their website.
The never-ending sale.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
I was gonna say, as soon as one sale ends, the next one has already started.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. I mean,
it works. I know it matters.
They work. I mean, it is.
What subwoofer series from Scar do you guys think is the most popular? Like,
probably. Oh, I mean, as far as the DX or the ZVXs are probably gonna be your.
All right, so let's.
I'm sure that there's a huge difference between the two, but
go to ZXF. Regular, they're $549.99.
Well, what are they on sale? That's what are they?
Right now, they're $305.99.
That's honestly really cheap. I
mean, when you buy that quantity, you can also.
Oh, and I've learned that. I learned that when you start increasing the dollar amounts you throw at China, they like to take good care of you. What do you think those guys are getting subwoofers for? $80, $90. I
mean. I know that. I know their margins are thin. I do know that for
sure.
They're
thin.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, like if you're doing a 20% sale off all the time, I mean, think about it. And then you have warranties. They don't even have an RMA person, as far as I know. They basically just
send you a new one.
Correct.
See, that would make me
think of that mentality.
That's true. So that would make me think that the margin is like super high almost.
Yeah, but think about everyone that owns. Think about a majority of people who would own Scar because they are a budget. You get the people that are like power acoustic people that are just blowing up shit left and right? You would think. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm just saying in general. And I'm not saying, it's a good product for a good price. Don't get me wrong. It's a good bang for its buck. Right. But like, going back to that, it's kind of like, I mean, you've got a woofer that's doing good and you've got a guy that doesn't know what he's doing and gains the volume now, bro. So let's just turn it up.
Turn that bad boy. Hey, bass boost, more bass. Sign me up.
Yeah, don't give Kyle a knob of any. No.
TDA.
Wait till the wasted information builds together, y'all.
Dude, I'm pumped for that one.
I'm so excited to see that one.
I can't wait. So Slamology, I'll be at the Kicker booth. We're trying to work out something where we can have a Decal Daddy's booth out there so we can sell some merch and stuff like that. But I'll be at the Kicker booth at Slamology 2024 with the van. Got some cool stuff going on. Kicker is putting some things in motion, so there'll be some product in that vehicle that's no one's seen yet. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, you leaked it! Ah, Jiminy Christmas, dude.
He didn't leak exactly what yet, though. But let's think about what Kyle has. He has everything but
dot.
But a van.
Yeah, dude. So that's gonna be awesome because we were right in front of Kicker last year, and I think we're gonna be right in that same vicinity. So that'd be really cool. Yeah, I think I could get.
I'll be walking over a couple times.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Where do I buy my fast pass? Just out of curiosity. Just asking.
I'm hoping that it's a good turnout over there because I know I'm gonna have to compete with Drew's brothers. The V-Dub with the the station wagon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, compete with that and the Bronco. So that should be pretty cool setup over there.
Oh, dude, you'll be fine. There'll be plenty of people that are excited to see the build. Don't worry. Oh my goodness, dude, Slamology was insane last year.
Oh, it was so fun,
dude. I really enjoyed it. Goodness, we are at an hour and 20 minutes, guys. Holy smokes, dude, we nailed this.
I mean, you want to make this 3 hours, or we can easily do it.
Dude, we easily could. We'll give it another 10 minutes. Let a couple people come in.
Gotcha.
So where were we at? We were talking about builds, kicker. Okay, so you got a kicker shirt on there. Okay, what makes you the most excited about kicker? Like, what gets you excited about their product coming out?
Just, they have a team of engineers here in the USA that actually make their products and R&D and stuff at Kicker. I mean, that's pretty kick-ass. I mean, yeah, Sundown has awesome stuff, but you've got Jacob that designs stuff with other people. It's just cool that it's here in USA and you can actually meet these engineers, and they have a whole room. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard stories and I've watched videos and stuff like that. But it's still surreal that they kind of came to my show to talk to me about doing some stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is all right.
This is awesome.
Where am I getting punked or something? So,
I pop around with a camera. You just got pranked.
Right. So I mean, they had Jeremy Boyd and Aaron Surratt. They came to a Ruckus show. I think it was 2 years ago, and they were more or less searching out someone to do a kicker build. And he was asking me questions. You know anybody that might be interested? Kind of just seeing if I'd be interested in it, or if I knew someone. I was like.
I know the perfect guy.
I might, yeah. So about that time, Clipo was kind of painted, finished. We just went to Slamology. We ripped the roof in Clipo. It rained in there, so it ruined the box from the B-pillar back. So it was at that time I was like, you get done with a project that you've worked so long on, and then another downfall comes. You're like, geez, it's like now we have to go back and redo some stuff in the box. So when he had talked to me about that, I was like, you know what? This will be a perfect opportunity to actually start all over with a different build. But keep in mind, I'm still bringing Clipo back, but we just have to go and do some stuff. So what we're going to end up doing is just get this kicker van, get it finished, get it Slamology, tidy up some interior stuff, and get back to work on Clipo. So I haven't forgot about Clipo. It's just one of those things that you have a project vehicle. You kind of need to let it sit off to the side. You know what I'm saying?
It's not something you can rush. You know what I mean? It takes time.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of big plans in the future for Clipo for sure. Did not forget about it. A lot of people think I just kind of put it to the back burner forever. But yeah, met a lot of people with that truck. So something. It's kind of like one of my little babies, I guess you'd say. But yeah,
you talk about making memories, dude. Your builds, dude, they make, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well,
memories that last a lifetime.
You can meet people and they say, yeah, I got to demo your vehicle when you had the front seats in there. And so I can go back. I had 418s then. So, and then they could tell you, well, I had a bench, you had a bench seat in there at that time. So I was like, oh, 1212s. So I kind of remember when I meet these people and what year and stuff like that. So.
Oh, for sure, dude. It's crazy. I mean, I can't throw the picture up real quick, but the door on the Patriot, you signed it straight clipping at the bottom of it. I mean, dude, that's a memory we'll have forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just funny. And
that was at the Sundown show.
Yeah.
Yep. No, he did it twice because wasn't that Slam too? Didn't he slide it? Yeah, so he signed it twice.
I Slam.
Double clip.
He double clipped me, man. Can't believe it. But yeah,
I'm not responsible for any problems that happens after that.
Well, we're not going to talk about the vandalism. Okay,
I'll just have to bring you a pickaxe. So everything I put a pickaxe on usually ends up happening. Something happens to it or whatnot. So that's the whole thing about the pickaxe. When we were building Clipo, I was posting pictures and I said, well, let's make this fun for people. So I was using a pickaxe in the actual pictures I was posting, and then I started photoshopping small pickaxes in there and say, there's 18 of them in here. See if you can find them. Just trying to keep
that's
it fun.
Cool.
Yeah, just keep it fun. So that's where the whole pickaxe thing came. And, you know, little dinosaur, we put a pickaxe in his hand and stuff like that. So,
well, I'm gonna steal your idea. I'm gonna do Statue of Liberties now. Like, just put them all.
There you go. You just got to Photoshop them in there, man.
And then next thing you know, I'll decal Daddy stuff on my website without telling you guys, and then it'll just be all downhill from there. Oh my goodness, dude. Jeremy said, "Friend check." What's going on, Jeremy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Connie said Stillwater is not too far. A couple people are saying that Kicker, if you go in, they'll give you a tour. Andy is in here. Andy, is that true? Will they just give you a tour if you walk in? That is pretty cool.
That is cool.
I say we have a road trip.
Apparently, they'll also let you have a wedding there, too.
Good point. I think you got to be really good friends with everybody there to do something like that.
I tell you what, I think I found Andy on YouTube, I would say, I'm guessing like a year ago or so. And I was just like, his enthusiasm doing the podcast. I mean, could you imagine just doing the podcast by yourself and trying to keep the conversation going? That dude's got it. I don't know.
I tried it.
Camera angles. I'm just like, what in the world? This guy, I mean, you could see him progressing in the whole thing. I figured he'd have more followers by now, but I'm not for sure how long he's been doing it. But
it's the YouTube algorithm.
Kudos to Andy, man. He's killing it for Kicker. Kicker's got a good guy there for sure.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first met Andy, it was at a show in Pennsylvania, and we were talking about shows and like how to have them set up. I pulled into this place, and it's in downtown. Like here's the audio shop. There's freaking houses right here. And I'm going, and we're all demoing. I'm going, how do you figure this? I mean, he's got his stuff together. He knows how to do things professionally. And I don't think he's much older than I am. Andy, how old are you in the chat? I am curious because you can't be much older than me. I'm 24. You're not much older than me, but you've got things figured out, dude.
I graduated in 99.
Oh my goodness! I was born in 99.
And I didn't fail any grades.
Andy, you are not 33.
My man.
He's fibbing. He looks young for 33. You're doing good, bud. All them live streams are keeping him young.
Them cookie monsters.
Dude, I tried the live. Yeah, it's all the cookies. That's what's keeping him young. I tried the live streams last year by myself. So what I did was, and one of the ways I tried to help get sponsors for the Liberty Base Showdown, then it was called Speedway Slam, was I had a live stream and I would bring sponsors on. So not only did you get to sponsor the show, but you also got to get sponsored on the live stream. So we would give how many views we typically get within a 24-hour period of the video going live, blah, 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 blah. And that's how I do it. And I did that for like 4 or 5 months to the build up to the show. And dude, it was really rough to do it by yourself. Like, if you don't have, I mean, I remember the first time I even did a live stream, I only had like maybe like 10 people watching me and only 2 people commenting. And one of them was probably my mom. Okay. Like let's be real here. Okay. And so it was difficult. So having Andy be able to watch him do it and the level of professionalism that he's doing it, it's insane. It's absolutely incredible.
It is.
Hats off to Andy.
Yep.
All right, so he's commenting here now. You can just walk in to get a tour. Wedding, you got to pick up the big phone for that one. All right, I can get behind that one. And then he said, it's the lightning and the cookies. Wish I could have made it tonight with you guys. Andy, we'll definitely do this again. For sure, dude. We'll get everybody back on. It'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Connie, listen. Caden's young.
Don't say anything.
Caden's a youngster here, okay? Oh my goodness. Well, guys, we're getting close to the hour and 30-minute mark. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us.
Yeah. Sure. Well, once again, if you need any decals or banners, now's the time to do it. decaldaddies.com. You can use that coupon code Liberty Base Shop, all capital letters. They'll save 10% off your whole entire order. You're not going to wait weeks. You're not going to wait months.
Nope.
A couple of days. It just gives us time enough to print them, laminate them, and get them out the door. We ship UPS, FedEx, USPS. We tend to only ship within the country because once we start shipping international, the prices get high on shipping. So, check us out, share our page. We're on Facebook. We'd love to help you out. If you have any ideas, we can make them come true. We do a lot of artwork for people. So decaldaddies.com. So.
Can we talk about international shipping real quick?
Oh my God.
Okay, I gotta
freight order.
Listen, well, this one wasn't international, but it was my first Alaska order. Yeah, ouch. That was they got some wire, and I was so happy to do it because I was like, dude, this is going to Alaska. This is sick. And then I got the shipping bill, and I thought,
right,
woo, that was rough.
Now the next question is it actually configured right on your site to where you actually made money? Exactly.
No. That was called a learning moment. It was the first one, and I'm telling you right now, it'll be the only time I let it happen.
Probably like $150, and you lost it all.
I think it was ended up being 110 or something like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, I lost my keister on it, but I was so happy to get it to him. I was like, dude, this is so sick.
Yep.
So
I know
guys,
I'm sorry. I have the same problem with like basic tees. I run a t-shirt business also. I also ship international, sometimes like I would say Canada or Alaska or Hawaii, stuff like that. And I've been in your shoes before where you're like, shoot, man, what in the world did I give myself? But you hope they go back and promote you to get you money back. So that's it. But
yeah, the guy who bought it for me, he was super supportive. He was repping the wire and stuff, which really made my day. But it was funny. I laughed in the moment. I was like, well, I felt like an idiot in the moment. But I was like, go turn that setting on in the website.
Right.
So, guys, what other social media platforms can they find you on?
Personal stuff, like if you just want to follow me, Kyle Rutherford, I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It's going to be Straight Clipping, STRACLPN. I wish I would have spelled it different because I have a lot of people spelling it wrong, but that's what it is. Straight Clipping. It's, all my social media. I'm trying to get my YouTube up. So if you can, give me a follow there and just watch some of those old videos. I've got some of the old Sundown when they first started videos up there that are pretty good in numbers. But every watch view helps me get closer to my goal. So check it out. I know Jacob's got some cool stuff going on too. So
that's awesome. And Jacob, what about you, man?
Just Jacob Moriss, and most of everything else has got 160s. Almost, my Instagram, my TikTok, all that stuff has got 160s. So
that's awesome. Well, again, thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you everybody for watching. Listen, don't forget July 13th and 14th. We have Liberty Bay Showdown at Honda Hills. It's in it's in Ohio. What's the county? I think it's
Franklin.
No, it's not Franklin. Oh, I'm choking it now. Anyways, hold on. Let me save the day here. Look at this. I'm prepared.
Drop a link below. There you go.
Bam, right there. Thornville. I wanted to say the county beside it, but I don't want to misspeak it. It's at Thornville. Again, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you guys are not already. We do this weekly live stream every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We try to bring on new exciting guests. I'll ask these guys who they think we should have on in future shows. But again, thank you guys so much for the support, and we will see you guys next weekend.
All right, we'll see you. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, see you.
See you.